Victoria Beckham's closet, I've been in there for like 2 seconds, ran in to get some boots and ran out and was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, her closet didn't need me. I was just there to pick up some boots for a shoot. And that was definitely a moment, literally a moment of my life that impressed me and made me realize how important it is to organize your closet. Because her closet looked exactly like her leaving the airport, right? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So she also made that impression. And then last week, I was in another closet of a huge celebrity. We all love her from Bridesmaids. Her name's Kristen Wiig. No, I was not dressing her. I went to the open house at her house because she's selling it, and I took a picture in her closet with no clothes in it. So check my Instagram for that one. They're like, no photos. They're like, they kept referring to Kristen Wiig as the owner. I'm like, I know who lives here. Like, you don't have to call her the owner, like the elephant in the room, right? So those are some fun closets that I've been in on both cleaning, both visiting. And I've realized, too, there's a few people who I won't mention who end up being a bit of a hoarder in their closet. And unless you have like 10 friends a day coming over to steal outfits from you, it's really not necessary for you to have all that. Like 75 pairs of pink shoes. Maybe 74 is an appropriate number, but 75 is a little bit too much. So definitely, we're going to touch on a few things like that. All right. Last time you got rid of something and remembered it. Like, you got rid of something and you full on are like, oh my God, I totally got rid of my cargo pants and I miss them. Super rare, right? You made that decision to get rid of it and it's now gone. So really think about that as you're getting rid of stuff, because you won't feel this need to hang on to it if your memory doesn't even serve you with it. If you've worn it, it's gotten its time, and you make a buck on it when you get rid of it, it's good to go. Another thing too, another stressful part about a closet would be packing for a vacation, right? Like, you're taking your closet with you. Okay, you work so hard on filling that closet up, and then New York Fashion Week called and needs you to come there. And you're like, what the heck am I going to bring? So what I want you to do is I think we all live in LA here. LA is a vacation for you and you're packing for it. What would you bring from your closet if you were to vacation to LA? You have a suitcase the size of your closet. Treat your closet like that suitcase as you're filling it up for your life, and you'll be able to get rid of things so easily. Remember, too, that when you're packing it, you don't have to carry it, of course. So when we're packing for a vacation, a quick thing I like to do is get rid of some shoes, right? Who likes to be in the airport when they're like, oh, your bag's 50.5 pounds. It has to be 50. You're like, I'm going to cut you. like I'm late. I have a meeting the moment I get there, and you're going to get cut. Like, sorry, you're out of here. So before you slash United's throat, you want to be like, okay, let me bring some less shoes. Let me really think about this. Let me weigh my suitcase before I leave. So lay 3 or 4 pairs of shoes. That's usually all we need as women, right? When we're traveling, on the bed. And start putting like items around them. Create these little atmospheres of outfits that are possible. I'm not saying plan every outfit you're going to wear like I do, because I'm OCD and that's why I'm on this stage. But I want you to think of things as these little atmospheres of colors and styles and things that would go together. That way, you're making sure that your shoes are getting all the bang that they need. You are going to be walking around in them 4 days of that trip, and you have outfits that go with them, and you won't have any excess. It's no fun. It's fun when you pack all the excess, and it's sort of in a ball, but when you get there, it is so annoying when you have too much stuff. All right, I want to make sure you're not only thinking about what's going in the closet, but I also want you to decorate to operate. Let me get back there. I failed PowerPoint in college. Fashion student, y'all. Okay, so decorate that closet to operate with that closet. Who in here has a dresser in their room with drawers, like a dresser and drawers? Do you sort of hate it? Like, the drawers get stuck, you can't see what's in it, you're folding things that shouldn't be folded, your sweaters all have weird, it doesn't serve you the way, society makes you think you need a dresser. I don't think you need a dresser. I think you might need a console. I think you might need a little end table. My favorite part, though, if you already have that dresser, take everything out of it and put it on hangers as best you can. And if it doesn't fit in the closet, get rid of it. Contact paper, actually the Container Store here in the farmer's market has this contact paper that you're supposed to use in the kitchen so that your utensils don't really move around. Use that in the bottom of all your drawers, and you could put your statement necklaces, you could put hats, you could put sunglasses, and if you put them in there on the contact paper, you're actually able to open and close the drawers without things getting cluttered and see it almost like you're shopping for the accessories in a store. That's a key way of using it if you already have it, because you actually will get all the use out of it. Another fun thing that I learned from a dear friend of mine is to keep your dirty laundry in a drawer in your room instead of in a basket, in a hamper. That hamper, if you have a hamper in your closet now, it sort of takes over that floor space that you could be using for other things. Or even if you have the hanging one, it just takes up too much room. Treat your closet as a space for new, fun items. And you could just put a little linen bag in that drawer with it, won't take up much room, and then you could do your laundry quickly that way. It's so funny. You can split the drawer. There's drawer splitters at the Container Store where you can do dry cleaning on one side, other laundry on the other. Really keep it separate. Unless you have the housekeeper that puts it all in the wash anyway and ruins everything, right? We all have those. That's happened to all of us. I'm like, since when does a blazer go in the washer dryer? Okay, cool. You putting shoes in there now? Like, what's up? And then lighting, too. Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, they all have these clamp lights that have extension cords on them. Use them to clamp away any sort of area, usually on actually the rod that you're using to hang your clothes on. Add some extra lighting to the room. It'll really help and help you not lose things. All right, so that was if you already have the closet and we're going to be enhancing stuff. I want to talk now about if you're starting from scratch. You are going to living spaces. You are going to Crate and Barrel here at the Grove. You are starting from scratch. What do you need? So instead of that dresser, if you know, we're visual people, so we want to make sure that our rooms represent our style. You might want something on that wall. It might require something larger. Get a cabinet that has doors that open toward you, almost like kitchen cabinet. And then use Container Store shelves so that you can build things up. And you can layer things like your shoes. You have your JustFab shoes. You can actually keep them in a cabinet so you're looking at them eye to eye instead of having them on the dusty floor. And it also keeps them safe from dust. So you don't have to polish them before you wear them. That's a fun way to utilize wall space. I like a bedside table with 2 to 3 drawers. I actually have one. You typically need that when you're using, when you need a lamp next to the bed, your phone charger, all that fun stuff. So I actually keep my socks and my underwear in my bedside table, completely separate from all of my other clothes, because they serve a totally different purpose, and they don't take up too much room, right? Totally different purpose, right, Elodie? So that's a fun way to keep things separate as well and open up some space in these other areas, because we shop. That's what we do. We were born to shop. That's why we're here with Simply, and we want to make sure that we're treating it with as much respect as possible as we keep it organized. I love a bed with storage drawers under it too. Another great place to keep the laundry or to keep all of your winter coats. It's sort of a no-brainer, but sometimes you need that reminder when we live in LA and we don't really have seasons. But there are some things that come around, like all of our holiday stuff, right? All right, next up, I want a closet like a pro. Now, if you see here, with JustFab, I love using these hot pink hangers. They're from Amazon. They come as top hangers, and now they also have the velvet bottom hangers. The older ones didn't really hold too well on pants, so I would say no. But they have these new ones, and they have the industrial clips on them so that your closet does look streamlined. I have black hangers in my closet, and I use white hangers as a contrast to hang everything that I buy that's new. Who in here has bought something and 6 months later you're like, oh my God, it's in the back of my closet. I spent $300 on that dress at the Neiman sale and I didn't wear it, and now every blogger has it on and I can't wear it, right? She's crying in the back. So that's something that you can do where you put new items on the white hangers. You could also put items, say if you're looking to tag things, say there's items that are on loan to you from brands and you're posting things to the internet. Put things like that maybe on a pink hanger so that it jumps out at you. So when you wear it, you know the social details and you know that it's a requirement, because it could become so crazy when your closet is full of items that you need to promote. And then with the knee-high and thigh-high boots, I have people who don't even buy them because they don't know how to store them at home. My favorite way to do it is to put them on clippy hangers. Does anybody do it that way already? Yeah, you clip them so that they're not on the ground, so that they keep their shape. Now, if you see here, this is like the messier closet. This is sort of the way that most of us women have them when we leave the house in the morning. But then this here, this is our example of how to clip them. And then make sure that you're clipping down the center and you're only putting the metal parts on the inside of the boot so you don't get that weird little indentation on the leather, because that would ruin the whole purpose of keeping them that way. All right, now merchandising. Who here has worked in a retail store, right? And you've been told to like merchandise the racks? Your boss is like, merchandise, you're like, you know, like I'm tired, I'm hungover. But in your own closet, you have the time, you have the comfort of your home to really merchandise things and make them so that you can shop your own closet. It is so key. You're shopping in these beautiful stores, you're shopping online at JustFab. They have a beautiful presentation for you to really enjoy things. I want you to enjoy it that much when you're putting it on. Section items by style. If you need me to go back to this later to take a little picture on your phone, this is the order I typically like to do it. Skimpy little bralettes and tank tops on the left, and then you make your way to pants and dresses on the right with your jackets in the middle and your longer sleeve tops. This one here is actually that way, and you can see how much easier it is to make an outfit when all of your skirts are in one spot, and then you can pair them with the tops on the left, and things are really balanced out. And then once I do that, I organize them by color. I start with black, gray, and white, and then I tip into Roy G. Biv, which is the rainbow, obviously. Thank God for that rainbow, so we know how to do it, right? Right? You're like, oh, thank God that happened because I wouldn't know what color order to do. But then you do it, and it looks beautiful. Another fun thing to do, side note, is to rainbow your books. Has anybody rainbowed their books? Yeah, you take your books in your house, and you do them Roy G. Biv in order on the shelf, and it looks gorgeous. It's such a fun way, and it actually makes a really cool backdrop for taking outfit photos because it'll match everything because you have all colors without needing that proper backdrop. So you actually can play with the books, which if you're like me, you're not reading, right? Any items needing fixing, altering, tailoring, anything that needs to be cleaned, do it the day of or the next day after you clean out your closet, or you never will. You will be 2 sizes different by the time that you bring that thing to the dry cleaner, right? Get the holes fixed. There's so many things that you're not wearing because there's holes in them. I have the same problem. And get them fixed, get them altered, get them cleaned, and make them fresh and ready to go. All right. I want to make sure you're styling your life. So we're all inspired by so many people on the internet. It's so fun now because it's not just celebrity. It's the person sitting next to you here today. It's someone that you're going to meet when you go get a slice of pizza later. There's so many people that can inspire you. And a lot of times we see these images and they don't last in our memory. I actually have a folder in my phone where I keep some inspirational outfits, but I think it's really important to print them as well. Get a printer that does direct from the phone. You can print them when you're anywhere in the world, so when you get home, they're printed out. Put those images on clippy hangers and put them in your closet. Put them on a rack. Say you have a rack like this outside of your closet of outfits. Have outfits ready and integrate them into it so you can really use them as inspiration. If you're like, oh, what do I do with this pink top? Siphon through and see who's wearing something pink and really play with it and find ways where you can celebrate that. I've even seen, like, when you buy one piece from an outfit on a website, say you're on JustFab, they do 2 for $24.95 when you sign up now. So $39.95 to sign up per month. Then you get 2 pieces for under $25. Well, what if I'm like, I want 3, but I'm thinking about it? Print out the images of those extra pieces you want, and they'll slowly start to incorporate themselves into your outfit so you can shop later. Another key thing, I rushed out of the house today. I'm sure some of you did too. Did any of you steam your clothes before you left? Need a little steam? Any wrinkles? Everyone's wrinkle-free over here. Steam everything before. If you're doing outfits in advance, treat them as though you're going to wear them right away so it's all ready to go. It seems like a no-brainer until you're late to the wedding and you're like, oh my God, there's a train on that dress and I need to steam it. Like, that's something that will save you so much stress so you can be the true version of you and celebrate yourself in the outfit instead of being hot and sweaty from doing all that. All right, so when you clean out your closet, I want you to make sure that you're shopping at all your favorite spots. Now, I keep talking about JustFab. I love JustFab. I feel like the real woman I was born to be when I'm shopping JustFab. But I know we all have our favorite retailers. Have a couple tabs open on your computer. You could have your JustFab, your Shoe Dazzle, your Amazon. I love ASOS for menswear. You have all of those open, so as you're seeing these blank holes in your closet, you're ordering things right away. And anything that you can't find online, make that list, come to the Grove and shop it. It'll really save a lot of time when you're shopping. It'll save a lot of stress when you're out and about. If you're actually purchasing things and they're gonna arrive in a few days after you've opened those spaces in your closet. I love on JustFab too, you can search by color. That's a big one for me. Really look at your closet and say, I look great in green, why don't I have any of it? Like, what happened to all my green? Someone stole my green hoodie, someone stole my green jacket, I let someone borrow that, they didn't give it back, right? All the people that don't give it back sit in the back, that's what I'm pointing back there, right? So you wanna make sure that you're shopping by color, by climate, and really utilizing these search tools. One of my biggest things before online shopping was huge, back in the Paula days, I used to say, to choose a color and shop it. Don't go to the store looking for everything that's gonna serve you. Look for that one color that you're lacking. Is it orange? If you walk into J. Crew and you think orange only, it will not be overwhelming. You walk into Nordstrom and you think millennial pink, and you only see millennial pink, it'll take so much stress out of that shopping trip. I also love purses that fit together like Russian dolls, one inside the other, especially when you're packing for a trip. So really think about that. I have some here, like the big tote's good to start, then a handle bag, then a crossbody, and then you throw a clutch in there, and everything sort of fits together a little bit better. You could even carry that bag on the plane and not look ridiculous carrying all these bags with you. And keep a list in your phone of everything that you need. Writing it on paper is great if you work that way, but a lot of times that paper won't make its way to the store with you or on your next shopping destination. So make sure that you're keeping that list in your phone, because we all know that that baby does not leave our side. So we want to resell, right? For me, I have an office underneath my house. I have this studio apartment converted to an office, and it needs supplies. It needs paper. It needs hangers, things break, hanger holders. I need garment bags. So what I do is I sell things that are in my office and my closet, and the money immediately goes back into the office. A lot of times you're like, am I really going to go to Crossroads or to Wasteland just to make 150 bucks? If you think about that $150 being $150 worth of garment bags for travel or for your clients, or $150 worth of paper for the year for all your printouts, it'll feel like this really cool system where you're fueling your office with the clothes. It's almost like a car, you know? It's a combust engine. It's going in, it's coming out, and it's getting where you need to go. And it's a fun way of filling things up without being like, oh my God, did I really just spend $150 on paper? But if it's all coming back from things that you've worn and you're getting rid of, it's great. Poshmark is really fun. My mom actually just made $700 on Poshmark. And my mom lives in New Jersey at the beach, so you can imagine how great her style is. And so the things she's getting rid of aren't exactly like Neiman's quality, Nordstrom quality stuff. It's a lot of lower end brands. She shops Marshall, she shops TJ Maxx, and she's getting rid of these things. And she's making all this great money back where she can then fuel her house. That's a fun one for her. She says it's all about the profile picture. She has pink hair, just like my manager Tanya here. And she's like, make sure that pink hair is all showing. She puts a pink rose on every description. And she says people go crazy for her stuff. The Real Real's great. It has more price tag appeal. So we were talking visual appeal. The pink hair really sells stuff. On the Real Real, if you have Chanel, if you have Versace, if you have Gucci, they'll take it. And you'll actually make a lot of money. I've made a ton of money on resale from clients' old merchandise, and for both them and for myself. Crossroads, if we shop at Crossroads, we sell to Crossroads. That's a great one for commercial appeal. I say if it's something that's like an H&M product or a Macy's, they'll love it. They love anything that's sort of in that price range. Buffalo Exchange is the same thing, but more hipster. So if like Daria, remember Daria from that cartoon? If she'd wear it with her glasses, it's more of a Buffalo Exchange thing. And then we have Wasteland, which is that hipster but price tag and vintage. A lot of times it's hard to get rid of vintage pieces because a lot of these stores don't really find a price range for them. Wasteland will do that for you, and if you feel like it has a lot of gut to it, a lot of leather pieces do well there. And then everything else, of course, Goodwill. We love the drop-off, right? We've all pulled up and dropped off some stuff and been like, I hope you like it. Hope you could sell it. But it's a fun way of using something as almost like a garbage system, but there are people out there that are looking for those pieces as well. And one more thing. If the shoe hurts, toss it. Do you wear your shoes that hurt? No. I don't wear my shoes that hurt. You don't wear your shoes that hurt. You're not going to give them to somebody because they hurt. How many times have you been like, this hurts, do you want it? Right? That doesn't happen. So get rid of those shoes too. You're getting rid of this floor space or cabinet space that we're going to create that we talked about. Get rid of those. And then make sure that you're using your money for a good thing. So refuel your office. Fuel up maybe your travel. Maybe you're dying to go to Fashion Week in New York, but you don't have the budget right now. Use that money for the ticket. Really take into consideration the things that you want to do and use your clothes to serve you both on your body and also when you're done with them. Another thing that I didn't do for a long time is to treat myself like my best client. So many times I would work 16, 20 hours a day, treating a celebrity like king and queen, and coming home and my closet looked a mess. And it was like, what's up with that? You know, why? That feels good. You feel that? Feel the breeze? Yeah, that's good. You want to make sure that you feel like the celebrity too when you come home with your closet. And make yourself a little bit of a kit. The way that I do a kit in the closet to not take up any room, take a little bit of wall space and get like a pencil case from Container Store. Something clear, preferably something that has one of those like almost feels like scratchy fabric, but you could see through it, and nail it to the wall with all of your little kit pieces in it. So you want your double stick, your lint roller, some little scissors, needle and thread. Make sure it's pre-threaded because if you're stressed out and you have to thread a needle, it's not good, right? You're going to jump off that closet. Shoe inserts are great because a lot of times your feet swell, or when it's cooler out, they become smaller. You want to make sure that you have the shoe inserts. And then a belt hole punch is also great. I go to Michael's Crafts, Joann's Crafts has them, Amazon has them, because our leather belts will stretch and grow with us, especially in the heat. So you want to make sure that you're using your belt hole punch to adjust the size of it so you're not wearing the belt because it doesn't fit. So a pencil case and 2 nails, that is the cheapest way to do it. You could put a little lint roller in there, have it all ready to go, and it won't take up any extra space in your closet. Any of you stylists here? Is anyone a stylist or want to be stylist? Have you done a closet clean out before? Hundreds of closet cleanouts. Do you feel the hesitation in the clients when you try to get rid of stuff? When you clean out your own closet, do you feel that same battle with yourself? You're good, you're clearing it out. You're like, it goes into the furnace and it's gone. Uh-huh. So she's experienced these emotional attachments with clients, so she refuses to let herself feel those emotions because they're ugly when they feel that. Or, you know, you look at them, you're like, wipe that face off. Like, come on, you look crazy. You are crazy, but you look crazy, right? It's so interesting. You're almost learning from them. As they're learning from you about their closet, you're learning your behaviors from them. It's interesting. I love that. What's your name? Amy. Thank you, Amy. Anyone else a stylist on this side? Anyone else clean out someone's closet? Talk to me. She's been cleaning out her closet for over a decade. Can we give her a round of applause really quick? That's good. Thank you. You give it away. Oh, you hear this? This leads me to another story. What's your name, babe? Kay? Okay, so Kay likes to give the stuff to her sisters just in case she ever needs it back. Now, what if they get rid of it? Are they in trouble? Is that Mike? Kay, are you with me?
So I was living in New York, and I had 6 duffel bags that I gave to my sister.
Okay, 6 duffel bags to her sister in New York.
And then she moved here, so when I actually asked for a couple of things, she gifted them to her.
Gotcha.
I got so mad.
You're like, I need those. Why did you give those away? I gave them to you, quote unquote. Why are you giving them without quotes to other people?
I need to know, like, what stuff do I give away, and then what stuff should I sell?
Okay, so give away the things that you really feel like someone will enjoy. It's not about you anymore. You're getting rid of it. You had your fun in it. If it really is something where you're like, yeah, this dress really worked the party, if you know what I mean. If it's that kind of thing, you're like, oh, you deserve this too. You go to all those weddings. It costs so much money to go to those weddings. Here's a freebie for you. A great jumpsuit that you are so in love with, but you've been on Instagram wearing it 7 times. It's got to go. Stuff like that really feels celebratory, like it's actually worth something. Everything else can really just find its way out.
So,
go ahead.
Really quick.
Yeah, of course.
When Roberta H&M collection, and then the Versace. So I have the whole line for all of them. So where would you sell something like that?
Okay, so there's different ways that you can do it. I feel like that stuff would do really well at Wasteland. I've seen like Balmain for H&M at Wasteland. They take all that stuff in because those price points are a bit higher than your typical H&M Forever 21 price range. But really scout it. I feel like Poshmark would be really good there because for me, I have a client. She's a Japanese pop star and she loves clothes, but she's constantly in Japan. She's here. She's back and forth. She has no time to really commit to these. When they have like Cavalli for H&M happens, she's probably not going to be somewhere where she can get it. So she's committed to buying it resale online. So that's very searchable. Does that make sense? So when they do these quick sales and there's only so many pieces, know that there are a lot of people out there doing these searches for them immediately and later. So those would be a great online thing to do if you're not able to sell it to somebody immediately in town.
Okay, and lastly, so this...
You're asking all the right questions, so keep them up.
Okay, so I have this amazing Jimmy Choo fur bag. It's like a oval fur, and it's huge. And I'm 5'5", 5'4", actually. so like, listen, the long strap, it's so long. Like, it's not happening. It goes down to here. It's not cool. beautiful. But I just don't like. So where should I sell that? I should sell that one.
I think you should sell it. Or if you want to go to, I know, right? This is good. Should I just come over? We'll just go straight from here. How far do you live? So if you have a bag that's super long and it doesn't match your proportions, if you go to a shoe repair, they'll actually make the strap shorter for you. That's a great idea, and it wouldn't be too expensive to do that. Go to Pasquale's over on San Vicente and say Daniel Musto sent you. He might not give you a discount, but he'll smile bigger, okay? So they're great over there. They do a killer job. And then if you wanted to sell something like that, there's Decades on Melrose. Ever shop at Decades? So fun. Designer resale. You'll see all the Paris Hiltons in there. Everyone's going in and out buying stuff. And you can find a lot of great Christian Louboutins in there for your feet. They have killer jackets. They do Miu Miu, Prada, everything. They have men's as well. So that's a great place if you have old handbags that you want to get rid of as long as they're in pristine condition. Go ahead.
Okay, so...
It wasn't lastly, but we're giving her another one, right?
Well, because you said Christian Louboutin.
Totally.
So in 2007, I have these amazing Christian Louboutins. I'm an artist, so they're amazing. They're a total for an artist Christian Louboutin flats. However, on whatever Burton Way or wherever they are, they don't even do. You have to only shop at the places that return them because these no return, exchange within 7 days, and I was jetting off to Miami, so I was screwed. So I'm a 6.5. And they're a 6, but I wanted them, so I got them.
Louboutins are always too small, right? You have to go like 7 sizes up, and by you, I mean me.
So I'm emotionally holding on to these Louboutins that are brand new, that are flats, but they're half size too small. They don't fit me. So what you want to do is go on the Real. You can often get 3/4 of the price back. You're not going to get it all. I'm so sorry. We're going to have to have a little funeral for the extra amount. But you can get about 75% back on the realreal.com. The Real.
The Real. It's the realest of reals. It's a great place to shop, too. And they'll actually come to your house and buy stuff from you, too. So if you're too busy, contact the Real. They'll have you send pictures of what you have, and they'll come look at more. And they'll actually take a lot from you, and you can make a lot of money off of that, too. Of course. Thank you, Kay. I think we all need to be friends with Kay, because Kay has Louboutins, and she gives things away, right? She's like, I just love giving duffel bags of things away. So I have this Longchamp purse. I have these Louboutins. I have every collection from H&M that ever came out. You're like, yeah, Kay made some friends at the Simply conference. I'm like, come on out, Kay. But it's fun to learn from people, too, because a lot of us have different price ranges of things, and you want to get rid of them and have this full circle. And we don't all have the luxury of just being able to shop more without having more coming in. So it's a really environment-conscious way to do it. And another thing, too, like we were talking earlier about hanging on to stuff. I have a client too, and I want you to really think of things like this too. If you have a bad memory attached to something, and every time you see it in your closet you think of it, please say goodbye. I had a girl once, I did her closets in Orange County, and she kept, every 5 seconds was talking about how she can't land a man. I'm like, you're like 6 foot tall, Asian, beautiful, perfect, what's the problem? Like, killer job, you look amazing in clothes, like, great to be around, what's the deal? 2 hours in, she reveals to me that she used to be married, and her rehearsal dinner dress and all of the hoodies her husband used to wear that she would borrow are in a Tupperware under her bed. I was like, I wonder why you're not getting laid. Like, because she's almost celebrating her bedroom as a place with her ex still. So she made an agreement with me. We put the Tupperware in the garage because she couldn't put it in the incinerator just yet. Goodwill couldn't even take it yet. And I said, set a reminder in your phone for 3 months from today. And if it's not serving you, please get rid of it. And know that someone else might fall in love in that dress. Someone else might have a great marriage in that dress, but you're not going to have one sleeping on it every day, right? It's like the Princess and the Pea. Like, you could feel that dress under there. So that's something, too. Really think of those items that don't serve you anymore and bring you those bad memories. They got to go. Get them out of here. Any other questions? Yes. Guess who? My girl, Kay. Totally. Sell it all on the Real. Accessories are better. You'll make more money because they typically haven't been worn as much and they don't show too much wear. So you'll actually make more money on those. And also, I know I keep talking about JustFab. I want you guys to be able to shop JustFab. I want you to sign up for JustFab. If you tag JustFab online and Daniel Musto today in any photos we take, whether you've taken them already or we have a conversation after, at 2 o'clock we're going to select a winner to win a $100 gift card. And then you're going to get a bunch of transitional accessories that will bring you throughout the seasons, the LA seasons, right?